I'm back with another video, and hello Cuddles. Look at his little spiky bit out of his head. Look at him, bless him. Looks like he's got a little horn with his hair. Right, I am back. So I have completed round 2 of my drug, my cancer drug of Kisqali Ribociclib. You know, I always struggle with that one. I don't know. My Kisqali Ribo. So I've completed round 2. So I thought I'd come back with another video to talk about how I've been feeling and coping. Right, so Dustin thinks I should do a video on my second round of my Ribociclib. I can never say it. It's just my Ribo. When I first, they put me on it, I used to call it Rhino. Ribo. Anyway, today is the last day of taking the medication. I have really struggled this past week with tiredness. And also today I was heaving, thinking I was going to be sick. I really thought I was going to vomit up my breakfast. But I'll go through the symptoms that I've had this month. And then moving forward, what I'm going to ask to do. And next week I've got my bloods and my injection again, and we'll see. I didn't have the results of the last blood test, but they didn't say I can continue, so it must have been okay. But anyway, we'll talk about that when I get home. So there has been a significant difference this time for me. I would say that overall my sickness has gone down, the feelings of having sickness, being sick, and the feeling nauseous it's usually within an hour of taking the drug. I tend to feel queasy. That's actually reduced, but the one thing I have experienced is extreme tiredness, and it has been I would definitely say it is affecting my day-to-day routine. Yeah, you know. Should we come back in a minute? Let my little boy sort himself out and get comfy. Right. Is it alright if I carry on now? Is it? Right, so where was I? I don't know. I seem more awake than I actually feel. Like I feel really tired. So I have had 2 weeks of extreme tiredness where I don't know if it's because I have such disturbed sleep, because this will come on to another symptom. But I've been sleeping, and I'll sleep, wake up for an hour, take my meds, and then I start to feel really tired again after I've taken my medication in the morning. So then I sleep again. But then I usually get up. But what's been happening is I'll have my lunch, and then I'm like really tired again, and I'm like, I have to go and lie down for an hour and a half. And then the one day I literally was out from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the evening, and the whole day was pretty much gone, and I'd slept it. That was the worst day for me, where I slept the most. Work, I just did not want to get out of bed this morning. I don't think I got out of bed until 1:15, and then I had my lunch, and then I would just rush to work. I've got to do something about this fatigue. I've got to find something. And then I was looking at this woman. She was a volleyball player and was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And she went through the chemo treatment, which left her with no energy, fighting fatigue and everything. And then she started taking hydrogen water. So she got the machine and everything. And now she's cancer free, and has been cancer free for 5 years. And she was stage 4. So I'm going to look into that next. I feel like I'm looking into all these different things I can potentially use. But anything's worth it, isn't it? I really honestly thought that my bloods were going to come back not that great, because I was suffering so much tiredness, and I was thinking maybe my white blood cell count is going down. and that would explain my fatigue. But we'll go on to the results in a minute. So fatigue has been something I've been really battling with, and in that respect having work to go to has been really useful, because I've had to go into work, I've had to go and be active, and once I'm up I'm actually okay. And I also don't know if, because it's been really incredibly cold here in the UK, that's affected me. Like, we've had snow, and you know, it snowed, and then the next week it snowed, which has been amazing because that makes me feel like a child, but it also is a reflection of how cold it has been here in the UK. So one of the other reasons that could explain my tiredness is also the fact that I have been experiencing really bad hot flushes. Absolutely awful. They are like every hour I am like, hot flush, and I tell you, the actual feeling I get is the heat. I know when it's coming on, the heat just goes straight to my face. I go really red in my face, and then it's like a heat builds up in my face and then just washes over my whole body, and it just literally lasts less than a minute and then it's gone. But I'm having those literally every hour, and that is through the night as well. And like I said, it has been extremely cold here in the UK, that in the night I have these hot flushes, and it's like hot flush, kick all the duvet off, I'm spread out, you know, like there's a good job Dustin's not with me. He'd be on the floor, and I'd be like, are you alright to have that, you know, because that's how I am. I'm like kicking the duvet off and just spreading out, trying to get all air to all parts of my body, and then I fall back to sleep, and then maybe half an hour later I wake up because I'm freezing cold, and then I'm like, I'm so cold, and trying to get a duvet back on. So that could be affecting my sleep and making me feel more tired. You know yourself, when you have disturbed sleep, you feel rotten the rest of that day. So going into my round 3 of my chemo drug, I will definitely be having to look at tackling those hot flushes, definitely, and the menopause symptoms that I've been experiencing. So those have been the 2 main issues I've had on round 2 of my cycle, is the hot flushes and the sleep. So I had my blood tests. Alright, good morning. It's a new week, and this is the week where I have bloods, injection, consultant's appointment, start round 3, hopefully, of my Ribociclib. So I've just had my injection. She went, that's come around quick. I went, I know. I said, I'm hoping this is the last one where it's every 2 weeks now, and that I can go to every month. So that's all done. I'm going back home to bed. I'm so tired. I'm really tired. I was in work yesterday, and then I was speaking to Justin until 2 in the morning. My appointment was early, and I've got another early appointment tomorrow for my injection. So this is my week after Ribociclib, and I've had a little bit of pain here, like runs here into the lymph node area, just every now and again, like this little bit of like a discomfort feeling. It's not like really painful, but it's like as if somebody's pulling it. That's what it feels like. so I've been having that, which then makes me worry, and then I start in my head, I feel like my lump is getting smaller. I feel like the tissue in my breast is getting softer. So, and then I think, well, what if it's working there but not working in the lymph nodes? Because every now and again I feel this like a tightness right down in those lymph nodes as well. But then I try and balance my negative thoughts and think, well, when I think before I started taking that drug I was getting worse, I was getting considerable amount of pain, and especially like in my left arm I was starting to feel like pins and needles sensation going down my arm and a numbness, which I'm pretty sure it's because the lump was pushing down on nerves. That's what I think. And like the pain here in my chest, like I was really having trouble breathing, just out of breath a lot, and I had a dry cough, and that's all gone now. But if I have got like a heavy workload at work, then yes, I do feel like a tightness in the lymph node area, but it's nowhere near like it was before. And the results were dum dum dum. Basically my blood test results were all normal. Liver and kidney function is fine, it's good. My platelets had risen, so I was having my blood tests every 2 weeks. I don't have to have the ECG anymore. Blood tests came in at 100, went up to 175, and then I want to say something like 227. So the range is between 100 and 400. Anything lower than 100, they would stop that treatment until they rise again, because I'd be at risk of blood clotting, for instance. So that was really good news that I was halfway. I'm halfway in between the lowest point and the good point, sort of thing. So I didn't know this, but a letter had been sent out to me. I have my first scan since commencing treatment. So my scan is actually booked for next week. I'm really nervous. It's a CT scan, which I'm actually pleased about, because obviously with the PET scan I was able to tell where the cancer was in my body, because you take radioactive glucose, they inject that into you, and I felt before going into the scan machine, so I think it was 45 minutes, so from them injecting the radioactive glucose to actually going into the scanning machine, I felt burning sensations straight here, absolute burning, like I thought I was going to have a heart attack. It was like a real burning, like something was set alight inside, in my lump where my breast cancer lump is, and in my lymph nodes in my armpit. I felt that burning sensation. So I know on the PET scan where the cancer is. That is exactly where they identified the cancer. So it's a CT scan, so I have that next week, and what they are looking for is that my cancer is stable. If my cancer is stable, then I am going to continue on Kisqali, and at the moment I have been having my consultant's appointment every 2 weeks to a month, although it depended on if the consultant speaks to me or the nurse, oncology nurse, speaks to me. So she said I would go to every 2 months then for a consultant's appointment, and my bloods would go to every month, which is a relief because I hate having to go and get my bloods done. So now I'm having my bloods done every month, and if my cancer is stable on the CT scan, I will be going to every 2 months with the consultant. I've just come and collected my meds. One of the things I mentioned was about fatigue, and it's all in there, and I need a bit of flaxseed. Yeah, it looks like everything's there. That's good. And my blood forms and everything. They put a little package together for me. So I've picked up my meds. Just stopped us for the supermarket. I'm going to get some lemons and see if they've got any eggs in stock. And get some more beans as well, because I did have cans the other night. Anyway, I picked up my prescription. So they put the blood forms in. Yeah. I think the nurses did respond. So I think these are more blood forms as well. I'm pretty sure they are by the looks of it. So let me just check. Oh god, there's a book in there as well. What's this about? Oh god, I hate it when they've already put another book inside. So what's this book? Oh god, menopause symptoms and blood forms. Yeah, right. So let me show you. Great. Will I be reading that? I don't know if I can at the moment. I don't think I can read that at the moment. I'm managing your hot flushes and light sweats. Yeah. Reducing your alcohol intake. Well, I don't cut down on your smoke. I don't do any of that. Talking to women. How is that going to manage my hot flushes? Oh, I don't know. Doesn't really say. Contact your GP. Many women also get flushes at night, which can lead to sleep and waking in a cold, damp bed and needing to change the bedline. See, I wake up to the hot flush and I'm boiling, and then I'm like kicking all the duvet off, and then I go back to sleep, and then I wake up cold. So I wake up quite. That's why I wake up quite a few times. So great. I've got some more reading, and then the other one she put in there was coping with fatigue and tiredness. And managing and emotional support, using a fatigue diary, and then it goes on about your cancer treatments and how fatigue it looks like. Yeah, I might have a look at that, you never know. And then I've got my Laxido to help with my stools, and then I've got my meds and everything in there. I think I can turn this around, can't I? Yeah, it's all there. See, this is what causes me anxiety, seeing these leaflets. And then they've got Macmillan cancer support, and then it just reminds me I've got cancer. And the scans are approximately every 3 months. I suppose that leads to how I've been feeling. So on these tablets, you take them for 3 weeks. You take 3 every morning for 3 weeks, and then you have a week off. On that week off, I was obviously suffering really badly with fatigue, but I also was getting pain here, so right the side of my breast where the lump is, and into my armpit here. I also started to get pain in my shoulder blade again, but that could be shingles still niggling away there that hasn't fully cleared up, which would make sense because my mood has dipped again drastically. I also have felt tightness in my chest right here, and where those lymph nodes are. So for the past couple of days I've been really struggling with that, and that makes me then anxious, because then I think, oh my god, maybe it's not killing the cancer. And I've got to remind myself that it's only been 2 months that I've been on this medication. Just 2 months. And you know, some people, they're on chemo drugs for years, you know, and I'm just 2 months in, and I'm like, it's like Dustin said to me, he said, will you be satisfied at your first scan if it's just stable, you know, that it hasn't spread? And in my head I was thinking, no, because I want to know that it's reducing, that the cancer is dying, you know, that it's reducing and getting smaller. But actually now, on reflection, now I have my scan for next week, I'm actually thinking, actually yes, if it's stable, then that's a win, isn't it? Because that's your fear, is that it's spread even further, and it scares me, especially as I've been getting a pain slightly lower where my lymph nodes are in my chest, where my pancreas is. But I don't know if that's just me imagining things, working myself up, if it's tension, because I have been feeling extremely tense the past few weeks, and I'm having a hot flush now. Oh my god, it just rises, it comes to me. I have this little fan upstairs and I take it to bed, so in the night if I wake up, not only am I kicking off the things, but I have my fan and I'm like, hot flush. Oh. Right, so yeah, I've been having pain, which has made me feel more paranoid, and then of course I get more anxious, which has actually led to me feeling really crap about myself. Right, so I've just had my injection, my gristolone injection. It was painful and I was bleeding, and I mentioned about the hot flushes, and she was like, yeah, that's one of the worst side effects with this injection and with menopause and stuff. I'm struggling a bit today. I was sat in the reception waiting, thinking, please hurry up, I just want to go home and cry. I felt like crying. I'm struggling with my emotions the last few days. Like, I'm feeling like, because I've had pain like in my lymph nodes and my armpit, I start getting worried that what if this cancer doesn't die in my lymph nodes, and what if there isn't a solution, and what if there's nothing that can be done, you know, what if I was told there's nothing else we can do, and then it's just me gonna die. Like, I'm having those feelings. It's really hard for me to stay positive. Just recently I'm really struggling with those what ifs, and I think because I know that next month, in a month, I'll be having my scan, and then you have to hear the results. That's just, if it's not working is what I'm scared of. If it's working, then great. But I'm just really struggling today with those emotions, and yesterday I was, and just thinking, what if I can't kill it off my lymph nodes? I believe it's working on my lump, and I'm hopeful that it's working on my lungs, the couple of spots that I've got on my lungs, the small spots. I'm hopeful for that, but it's the lymph nodes that worries me the most. And I think I've just been like, I'm at the start of my treatment, and I'm like, I'll be fine, I'm going to fight this, and I'm going to go in remission. And I keep telling myself I'm going in remission, and then I had those little doubts in the back of my head where I just think, well, hang on a minute, what if it doesn't work? What if there is no treatment and I will die? And it's kind of like, as much as you try and stay positive, it just knocks. It's like, just remember your situation, remember what could happen. So it is really hard. It's really, really hard. And I think as well, because I've been so tired, I'm also thinking about the long-term effects of being on these drugs, what it's going to do to me. So I really need to invest in looking at natural supplements and making sure I'm getting all my proteins and vitamins and this and that to make sure my body has the best chance to give me energy to fight this, and also deal with the effects of chemotherapy, you know, and the high toxicity in these drugs. So yeah, I'm really struggling. I'm screenshotting a lot of stuff to work my way through and look through information and see what might work. But yeah, I'm just struggling today. And then tomorrow I have my telephone consultation to find out if I can continue on these drugs and my blood results. So yeah, it's hard. It's really hard psychologically. So it's like when I've been watching things and people are dying, like I watched, which I must say was really good, and Dustin recommended it. It was American Primeval on Netflix, and it follows the pioneers going across to Utah, which was quite interesting to watch, as Dustin lives in Utah, in Salt Lake City, and it's like all the death and how your life just can get taken away just like that, and when you're gone, you're gone. And then me and Clara have been watching the Squid Games on Netflix, and I'm like, again, it's like just like that, you can be put in a coffin, because they put the games contestants in a coffin. And I was sat there and it just went through my head, that could be my body being put in a coffin. So I've definitely been struggling with my morbid thoughts and death and dying, and what if I die in the next 3 years, and what if it kills the cancer in my breast and on my lungs but not in my lymph nodes, you know. And I've also been seeing threads on my Instagram and Facebook where people with cancer that has spread, it's like it's killed the cancer in their breast and their lung, but it hasn't in the lymph nodes, and you know, they can't get rid of it, and this isn't working and that's not working. And I'm like, it frightens me. It really, really scares me that that could happen to me. So I have been struggling, and Dustin, I kind of mentioned it to my mom, but I don't like to burden my mom with these thoughts. So Dustin is the person that I turn to. He is the person that I feel safe to do that, and he's the only person that I can really open up to and express my raw emotions with. And I always say it, he's amazing, and he really is. And maybe that's something that we will talk about, is actually supporting your partner through a stage 4 diagnosis, or a cancer diagnosis bad enough, at stage 4, you know, as well. Because he has not put a step wrong. He gives me the right balance, and I can't put my finger on what it is, but he just has that ability to just know how to talk me through my emotions, like when I'm really low. He doesn't, yes, he'll say, I believe you're going to remission, but he also allows me to feel those feelings, and it's like, it's normal to feel that. I went through that, to feel fear of dying, and fear, you know, being taken too soon. It's really hard to explain, but he just gets that balance right and has a way of lifting me back out. I don't know, I'll have to analyse that, what it is that he does that works. But what he doesn't do is he doesn't dismiss my feelings. He knows that everything I'm going through is genuine, and he knows that it's a part of the process, and he doesn't try to whitewash over it, kind of thing, and be like, oh, don't be silly, you're gonna be fine, you know. He allows me to live in those moments when I'm feeling down, you know. And I think that's what he does well. I'll have to analyse that and think about that a bit more. But he has been amazing, and I can't thank him enough. I really can't.
Baby, I'm sorry you're feeling just like that. Yeah, if you want to pick a series, no hurry. You know, find something we could just kind of discuss it, you know what I mean? But I would love to look at properties too, like in Poland and stuff, just different places, you know. I don't want to just say Sweden, you know, obviously. That would be our goal, but, you know, just wherever, just around the world, baby. You know, it's good to hope and think like that.
So, as we've gone into January and a new year, I thought it would be a really good idea to have a diary. So I've got this 2025 diary, and I've put on there medical journal and appointments. So that allows me to keep on track of all my appointments, also my medication, when I have to collect my medication, when I have to request repeat prescriptions, but also what medications I'm taking and when to take them, and I tick them off. I also write down anything I'm feeling, you know, any pain that might be different, or sickness, or my tiredness levels. I write all of that down to see if I can look back and see a pattern. So for instance, I'll just quickly show you like cycle 3 of my medication, and then I've just written here lymph nodes and chest achy, whole chest tight, feeling anxious, and then these are the things I'm taking, and then I just tick them off. Here I've got blood tests for the 10th of February, check on letrozole and amitriptyline, which I'm on. So I write down my notes, and then I was writing about my appointment and my telephone consultation and everything. So that's just one way that I keep on top of all my medication and all my medical appointments and everything that I need to do, and also symptoms I'm suffering or how I'm feeling. I just write it in there. One of the things that I really want to do is start looking at other things that I can do to better my health. I definitely need to up my protein, definitely meals, trying to follow a more keto based diet, fasting, and also I bought a box of goodies. I'm going to give you a little tease. Dun, 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 just like that, a bit of magic. So here I bought a balancing mat. I've got some pumpkin seeds. I have this hydrogen water cup that I bought that I want to check out. I've got some mistletoe tea. I have got some apricot kernel oil. There. Some CBD oil. What's this? Dandelion tea, I think, as well. And this is my little fan that I was talking about. So, I hope you've liked this video. This is me every day, every hour. Seriously, it's real. Oh yes. Also, talking about that, I mentioned about how I was having hot flushes, and she said it could be my letrozole. So she's going to have a look at the hormone blockers that I'm on and whether there's something else that I could possibly go on to. So she did say that as well, because, you know, it's not good, is it? Any ladies out there who've been through the menopause, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So with that, I hope you like this video. I'm going to try and get back into vlogging and definitely be trying all these products that I'm buying and just trying to get on with my life. And me and Dustin have got plans together this year, and Dustin being Dustin, he's booked his flight tickets and he's booked the accommodation. I've still got to do that, but we are going to be meeting up again very soon in the next couple of months, and then we're planning our wedding. So please join us for all of that. And I just, you know, we're just trying to stay focused and believe and hope, and we're going on a spiritual journey, and we're hoping to get baptized. He just wants me dunked. He just wants to get me dunked in the water in Salem. the witches. Well, but anyway, you're probably like, what is she talking about? Well, you'll have to find out, won't you? And come back for another video. I sound like an old lady there, don't I? Well, dears, you'll just have to come back, won't you, my lovelies, for another video. Anyway, thank you for watching. Take care. See you very soon. Bye. Me again. You'll be like, she's been on that CBD oil again, hasn't she? That cannabis extract. Anyway, take care, everybody. And me and Dustin see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.